Alright, let's get the show on the road. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I've been having some sound issues, so if something happens, something happens. Like a lot of sound issues, actually. Reason being, I don't know. My mic was acting funny. No clue why. It's going to be a late stream, and it's going to be a short stream. Multiple reasons. One was that the bike ride today was actually the same route, but perfect. I need more time on the bike before I shoot a video, but I might shoot one tomorrow. I'm thinking about it. Really am. I really am thinking about it. Not quite sure yet. But that doesn't mean it's going to be up by tomorrow either, so... although I do need to start building a library. The next... I would like to do one every day, but I would have to have a couple weeks to put that up. We'll see what happens. I'm not too much in a rush to start posting mountain biking content. Doing it really well last year. This year, not so much. In a rush last year. I just didn't want to be in a rush. This year, not so much. More of probably going to record, but you guys won't see it for a long. That way I have content throughout the year for mountain biking for the rest of the year, like when it starts becoming like winter and stuff. And not because of winter itself, but because less sunlight. I gotta get on the weekends. I gotta start doing it on the weekends at least that my son's not in the. My son isn't here this weekend. So I'll probably be going mountain biking every day this week. Not gonna lie to you. And for like hours of content. I do need to charge for that. Maybe order some more for battery. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out. I'm gonna see how long I can go with the batteries that I have. Order more if I have. I have 4, so it's not like a small amount. I'm only shooting in 1080p because I don't have... My computer isn't going to render 4K video in a reasonable... So... The problem is, that's one of the reasons why I want a new... At least laptop. That's what I'm doing right now. So my goal is to get... By the end of the year, to get... A new laptop for myself. A desktop. A mountain bike, because I do want to go back to full suspension. I miss it. I miss the speed that you get going over technical stuff. That's really what it is. That's what I meant. Going over hard, difficult terrain, and still having a lot of speed. It would help if I had a 29-inch hardtail, but I have a 25. We working on the mountain bike. I do have a mountain biking channel, but on YouTube and Rumble. On Rumble, I separate them. On YouTube, I post them to both, and tell you to head over to that channel. There's actually, I don't even think I've posted my mountain bike video on that channel, like, because I got tired of posting it twice. You know what I mean? But you'll know. And you'll know very distinctly. What I'll be doing, right? Because I'll put up a short on YouTube and Rumble, just use and my Instagram and stuff like that. I don't expect to have late streams for now on. Put it that way. If there's not a late stream, it's because it's really shitty out. Thunderstorm. And that's if my power isn't. To be honest, the past few windstorms have been making the power flicker and stuff. And I don't mean flicker in the sense like it just flickers. Like the light gets dim and then it goes back to normal. No, I mean like it turns off for like a minute and then comes back on. And those are just wind. You can imagine thunderstorm. You know what I mean? And things happen, you know. There's going to be times where I can't stream. I'll stream, but it'll be via phone or via something else. It won't be a normal stream. Talk about. What am I doing? Pay attention. Now, mind you, this is all about fun. So this isn't like I'm gonna be like hardcore mountain biker right now. I mean, I guess say that. My coworkers call me that. I'm like, nah, dude, I don't bike enough. If I did, I would be skinny. Like, this is a fact. You know what I mean? I would just be skinny. I'm not. I would call it a beer gut, but I don't drink. It might be remnants from the last gut I had. Gain a good bit of weight. Last summer. We'll be working to lose it. Keep it off, hopefully. The problem was I wasn't mountain biking. I will be mountain biking a lot from now on because I've realized that I just need to just go do it. If I don't, I'm gonna not be happy, right? Like, I actually, like, it sucks that I'm tired right now. And, you know, eventually I'll, get used to it and not be so tired anymore. But the reality is, if I don't do it, I'm not gonna be tired doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I should be able to go for a 5 to 10 mile bike ride without being super tired afterward. But after that, what was it, like 3 months? Let's see. Like, yeah, 3 months. 3 months on not mountain biking at all. Not like it's not like I was like mountain biking here or there. I did go in the snow mountain biking for a bit because I wanted to do that this year if it snowed, but I didn't go mountain biking. I just rode down to the snow. And I'm starting to think that I should not just have mountain biking content, but a variety of content. Like on mountain bike, like just mountain bike trails or whatever. Those are cool. Don't get me wrong, I love them. But what I really need is a few other things. Like I need graphics. I need some graphics. I need some stuff done. I have a lot of that's coming. All that stuff's coming, from mountain bike stuff to Pokemon stuff to all of it. Working my ass off, saving all the money I possibly can. Not eating out anymore at all. I need to. That's probably my biggest problem. That's probably why I gained a lot of weight. That's 3 months before recent. And I need to. You know what? I need to get up and mountain bike too. To be honest, getting the shit out. It's a bit close to the shit. Like, spring's literally right around the corner. I think it's like 20th or the 21st. But either way, it fucked. I got a while before I could do anything again. Well, I've been doing what was that, 10 miles? I did a 10-mile ride today. Did a 10-mile ride yesterday. When it gets warmer out, I'll do longer trail rides. I do have a really cool loop that I want to do. I haven't done in a long time. No, I'm definitely investing in new tires because my rear tire. Surprisingly, not really. These tires were. I didn't expect them to last long. I also ride a lot of road. I shouldn't with tires. And it's not because I want to ride road. It's because, dude, Sneasel, what the fuck, dude? For me. God damn, chase me all the way the fuck down here. Psychopath. Anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to make full mountain bike video. I gotta all that out. Some animated graphics for the videos, things of that. I think, you know, when I do especially for the longer ones, because I think my plan is to do. You know what I might do? I might clip the different trails, because my goal is to clip different trails into smaller sections. Right. 10, 15 minutes. Like, I wouldn't mind doing a video of trails on this channel, on YouTube and Rumble, than having the long format over on the other channel. And just, like, you know, we're going to need graphics for all that, so. To add to my video editing. That's all. I'm just really thinking for the future. Like, really thinking about it. And I'm doing it. I'm just gotta get in better cardio shape. I'll tell you right now, dude. There was hill climbs I used to do like it was nothing. Like that I was going up. Look, far-fetched. Go hang out with the Farfetch, Surfetch. Pico. Rapidash, Mr. Rhyme. Coffee. These are all Galarian Pokemon. Nice. Nice. There's only 2 original Galarian Pokemon. 3? 3. The rest are. So we're gonna cook some foods. I'm sure everybody's hungry. What's up, Morpico? What are you doing? Just the way he stared at me was just like, what the fuck? Bro, calm down. Like, for real. But nah, I need to get some stuff done, and look, be honest, I've never really been good with Photoshop. I've never really been good at even video editing. But my goal this year is to just put out the best videos that I can of the things that I want and live stream a lot of video games. That's all it is. That's my goal. I know it doesn't sound like a lot. I know it doesn't sound like I'm trying to improve, but I am. I do want to eventually. The reason I want a new computer is because I want a computer that'll run the editing software that I want. Not like slowly, but in a good way. Pretty quickly. That's a laptop, so I can stream still while it's rendering. Have it up. I would like to do a video every day. Here's the problem with that, right? And I'm not against doing it every day. For mountain biking. Can't mountain bike every day all day. I wish I could. Like, if I could stay home and mountain bike and stream video games and make videos on mountain biking, I would. But I would also need another job that was at least from well. But, you know, I'm learning stuff best I can. You know what I mean? Glad everybody's happy they ate. I'm glad. Glad. Alright, let's roll the frick out. But yeah, and look, I'm not against paying for editors and stuff, but I gotta make that kind of money off of it first. Not just make any money. I have to make that kind of money to hire a video. Plus, I became stupid wealthy out of left field reason. Not even that stupid wealthy, just wealthy enough to pay a fucking decent video editor for a year. Delegate stuff. Now, that doesn't mean I would only delegate stuff. That just means that I don't. It would free up time. You know what I mean? Like, it would free up my time. And I could do other stuff as well, as a form of income while they're editing. That would be the only way I would do that. But I would have to have a pretty big channel for that. At least one of them. Dormant. I don't think Surface got any damage that time. He knocked both of them. No, he did. The hail. So. I haven't used Steel Wing a lot. Let's see how well it does against. Pretty damn well. Light, cold, soda spiral. What does that mean? Nachos? Mean. Anyway. Good move. Hey, what's up, Ray? He's fighting in water. That kind of helps him. Helps me. It annoys me. Like it does. Maybe he is just straight. I don't know what he is. The fighting might cut it. You know what I mean? I'm pretty good. How are you? A little sore. Getting a little sore. Getting the old rust off the legs and the core. Nothing too sore though. Just, you know, when you start doing like walking stuff, you feel it, but it's nothing like too bad. Yep. I'm pretty tired myself, man. That whole today was just. I think it's because I went 2 days in a row without any real recovery. And I hadn't done that in a long time, so my body's like, fine. I'll get over it. Soon I'll be riding every fucking day, except for Thursdays and Fridays, unless someone wants to go riding in the evening. That's really up to him at that point. Thursdays and Fridays, because that means the stream's going to be real late, by the way. If you're riding on Thursday and Friday, we usually don't get home to eat. And that'll be when the sun late, so that won't be good anyway. But I go in here to help somebody and not just look at you. Start doing. But yeah, this summer's gonna be a lot of fun. I think I figured out an idea. This channel, or what would be this channel, Twitch, D Live, and Kick, getting a live stream of the video. Not necessarily sure if I'm gonna watch it or not, depending on what time I decide to put it when it's live. So I probably won't be in the chat, but you can watch it there. But I also have a YouTube channel, a Rumble channel, a BitChute channel, and an Odyssey channel. Which are like, all those are similar to YouTube. That I will be posting the shorter videos here, and I'll be posting long cuts on a mountain bike channel. So, like for instance, like I'll take a what do you call it? I'll take a video, like some days they're going to be short anyways, right? Like if I'm mountain biking on a Monday, and expect streams to be late all the time now. Not too late. They're not going to be like starting at 12. This is kind of late. But that's because I had some around the house. I couldn't do them. And mountain bike at the same time. Can't be at the house and ride a bike at the same time. It's not how that works. So, just how it goes. But I gotta get that rust off, get the soreness gone. When I'm done getting that knocked off, it'll be a lot more work. You know what I mean? It'll be a lot less work to actually go on the mountain bike ride versus, because I did what? About 10 miles today and yesterday, and today I felt good. Let until I hit some of the hills that are on the routes that I took. And granted, they're stupid steep. They're not that long. They're just stupid steep. And I usually don't struggle at those hills. Last year, even at spring, I rode a lot of the winter, so I can't really different this time around. So tad different. It's a tad different, but also the same. I shouldn't have stopped this winter. I did because I was stupid. It's the only reason. Gary got wrecked. So get ready for the mountain biking content. It's just going to be just the amount of GoPro for a little bit, for the most part, and then got a GoPro. I'm thinking about getting a full face helmet. My only problem with that is that summers here are really humid and I sweat a lot. Even when I'm in shape, I sweat a fucking lot. Like even when I was a teenager, you know, like at the gym all the time, or at, you know, doing weight training in high school all the time and shit, working and things of that nature, where I was just like, but I wasn't like giant, fucking jack dude, to Olympians or anything. I was just cut, you know what I mean? I had, my arms were bigger, but that's about it. Everything, and my cut was smaller. That's not, it's really all that was different. See the muscles. Yeah. That kind of stuff. Defined. My arms were bigger, a little bit bigger and defined. My legs were jacked. They looked jacked. They weren't really big. I think it's because my legs are so jacked. Yeah, that's true. Well, that's not necessarily true. So I don't. They might have high humidity, but maybe they don't get as hot. But like once you start getting above New York and stuff, they just don't get as hot with the humidity. So the high humidity probably wouldn't bother me as much in places like that. But I live in the mid central east coast of the U.S., Maryland, if you're curious. It doesn't snow a lot here, but it does, at least central Maryland where I live. It doesn't snow a lot here, but it snows a good bit. Like it snows, right? Most of the snow that we get are like little dusting. Every once in a while we'll get a blizzard, things like that. But most of the time it's just dustings. A couple of yeah, maybe like, well, I guess it's a dusting compared to where I used to live. I should say like a couple inches, anywhere between, like our average is probably anywhere between 1 to 5 inches, which isn't a lot. It's rideable on a bike. That's where I fucked up this one. Wasn't even the snow's fault though. I was just being a lazy bum. Felt like, and I was a lot less happy too. I can tell you right now, even though I'm super tired, I am so much more happy just going out and riding my mountain bike, coming home and doing this, eating dinner, doing this, getting off, taking a shower, and going to work next. And even my son said something to me the other day. He's like, "You seem a lot happier." Certain amount, as often as you possibly. Yeah, I do. You're right. Everyone else is, and I've been told by a few people that, not just myself. He was the first one to say it. But yeah, he said you're probably happiest after you come home from. You might be tired, you might be out of breath, but you're definitely happy. You got a smile on your face, which is rare for me. Oh man, every day is humid here. That's the only. See, we have, you know, some, we'll have a couple days where it's dry. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, but most of the time it's just straight humidity from usually last week of May till September. like I'd say the middle of September. That's the norm. It sucks. I mean, like I always laugh when I see the heat wave in Europe, and like I get it, you know, I get it. They don't have houses set up like ours, blah blah blah, blah all that jazz. But it's like I lived when we first moved into a house when we lived in Pennsylvania. I didn't have AC for that summer. We had to get them put in, and then my parents just bought a house. They're not gonna dump. Not gonna have the money to go dump money on AC. You know what I mean? It's just not a thing. Like I said, we weren't poor, but we weren't like say middle. We were middle class, upper middle classes at some point, but like middle class, lower middle class some years, most years actually. Because where we lived, it snowed a lot, so and people don't want you at their house when it's snowing. My dad's a painter. The only thing that saved us from being broke or poor growing up was that he had contracts for commercial and residential apartments. So like people move all the time. Where we lived in Pennsylvania, it doesn't matter if it's snowing or not. So it just doesn't even matter. And it actually, we've moved a couple times in the snow, even in Maryland. It wasn't snowing a lot in Maryland though. But the biggest difference, snow sucks here when you're driving because nobody knows how to drive in the snow, right? Because they're not used to it. They don't like where I live in Pennsylvania. At least the time frame in which I lived, it's a little different now. I've been talking to a few friends from there recently, and they say it snows, but it's mostly dustings now. It's kind of like actual dustings, like less than an inch. And it doesn't stay around as long, so they're saying, but that could just be this round. Like people forget that the Earth goes through just normal cooling and warming and stuff because of all the climate change bullshit, right? But like when I was a kid, winters were even like my last few years of high school, winters were a lot more brutal than they have been. They were than they were in recent history. You guys are having a hard time with a kid? Look, I will say this. Like, parents, I know parents complain. Like, it is a lot of work, right? I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying at all being a parent isn't. What I'm saying is I feel like parents overly complain about their kid, about, like, what they have to do. Like, raising a kid. I think they overly complain in the moment. I think they just need to stop doing it. To be honest, and this might be different for girls or different for whatever, but like at least for some kids, because obviously there's different situations, like if they're born with a disability or something. That's not, I'm talking about normal kids, not normal healthy kids when they're born. Not something that crazy. I can understand parents being bummed about that. I can understand it, talking about it and playing about stuff. Obviously not to their kid, but you know what I mean. Parents should never complain to their kid. Especially guys. Guys do not. Dudes, when you have kids or you have kids, just be that. Be that guy. You know what I mean? You want to be that guy. Obviously, you're gonna be cool, right? You want to be that guy. Your kid can always come. Especially if he doesn't have a brother or anything, like he's a child. That's the one thing I will say I fucked up on, is having. I actually do feel really bad about it. I had a brother growing up. Fucking awesome. Like, yeah, we fought and stuff, and we argued and shit, but we even beat the shit out of each other. Never had kids. It happens. I mean, I if you can do it, do it. And I mean, it's part of life. I mean, some people were born with pre-existing conditions, and like things happen. You know, like young girls can get like what do you call it, like ovary cancer and stuff. It happens. Guys can get testicular cancer. Things like that can happen, man. It sucks. I feel bad, but also like sometimes you just don't get the chance to. Depends on like it depends on what you're talking about. Blasper. It's the only thing about that. That makes sense. Trust me, I wish I would have found nothing against her. I'm not like upset. Like that part of my life's over. I don't give a shit about it anymore. My son's mother, I thought she was. Oh. Trust me, I didn't want this to happen. I fought hard, man, to keep that relationship going. I just think the option to leave is never good. Unless obviously there's something crazy going on. Like I'm talking about if you and your significant other are just like not happy right then and there. Dude, let's be honest. You're never going to be happy in a relationship 100, like all the time. And I'm not talking about being in the relationship. I'm talking about like in the relationship, there's going to be problems. It could be anything from you being a little bit like down, like because I wouldn't say depression, but you know, just generally down, like I was the past 3 months. And this is why I probably started streaming every day, because it gave me something to do and made me feel good. So much, and I want to keep streaming. Like I said, I'm going to stream every day this year. Might be late streams. Gonna be doing it. Or early morning streams. I do need to bring back the early morning streams. Did that a couple times. You need to bring them back. I do need to play like a first-person shooter. But here's the problem with that, right? I could just realize this. If I start mountain biking, actually, no, I could probably do it when my son's here. The weekends that my son isn't here, I'm gonna be up early anyways, because I get up early every day. But I went into this one. Yeah, I wish things would have worked out between me. That part of my life's over, but it kind of sucks when you think, like when you start thinking about stuff like that. Let me see what you said. I have a frost. Well, I have a frost melt. It's just I don't want to give you. But yeah, no, it's not easy, dude. And my son wasn't planned. Like it just kind of happened, and everybody makes a big deal out of it. But you know, I think it's because I don't make a big deal out of anything. You know what I mean? Like. So they could be on fire, and I just wouldn't care. I'd be like, oh, and then just go put it, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I wouldn't care at all. I would just go over and, like, be like, you know, I'm gonna go put it out or whatever. I'm not gonna care at all. It's just, I'm not gonna I don't freak out. Like, it's very hard for me to freak out. Because, like, okay, so at work, I repair electronics, right? That's what I do. I mean, and I'm the IT repair, which isn't hard to do because I have most automated. I'm also the guy who fixes, like, just phones, tablets, computers, Headphones, if they're repaired, you know, all the Switches, Xboxes, PlayStation. Point being, right? Point being, where's I going with that? Hold on. Point. I don't even remember. Now I just like lost it that quick. That's how tired I am. I need to stop being this tired. It's alright. I lost it. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, life is life, man. You gotta do what you can. To be honest, it is hard to find people to, well, I don't know about when you were younger, but at least I will say this. It's harder to find people that I can take seriously at all nowadays. So like, I like everything that happens, doesn't even matter what it is. You know, I've been called all kinds of stuff for this, like conspiracy theorists or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I just don't believe it most of the time. I'm just like, whatever. There's no point. And it's hard to find someone that I can take seriously because the world's so retarded right now. Like, it's, everybody says it's the US. I'm like, no, bro, like, what do you mean? Everything's just so, like, in disarray constantly. Everywhere, it seems like. And maybe it's just the way it's seen. And I don't really care personally, because it's not, unless, the only thing I care about is get rid of my fucking taxes. That's what I give a fuck. I don't want to pay an income tax anymore. I'm tired of this. But, other than that, I'm just like, stop regulating things and just stop, and obviously there has to be regulations, but stop regulating too much and just stop taxing me so much. Like, I get it, we need to pay taxes or whatever, but like, fuck, dude. Tired of it. Like, I'm just fucking tired of it. The amount I pay in taxes every year, because I also own my own business fixing electronics and stuff. Granted, I don't pay a lot on that because I don't get work. Like, it's not constant work. That's why I work for, I work for somebody. That's why I work as a subcontractor. You know what I'm saying? Why am I turning around? But yeah, like, it's not fun. I wish I could do a lot of things. I wish I could go back and fix a lot of shit. Not just stupid shit. Some of it's just stupid little shit that I wish just didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, just stupid little shit that are like, it's not even that it's embarrassing or something. It's just like, I shouldn't have, or I should have done. What the fuck was I thinking? You know what I mean? What is wrong with me? I would do that. You know what I mean? But, you know, you just gotta get over it. But, like, you know, every once in a while you do think about things from the past and you're like, you should be doing a self-judgment, right? Like, all the time. Of current you, and then also past you, and then hopefully future you. You get to the place. You gotta really turn in and look. And look, I know my flaws, and I work on them, but a lot of them are just ingrained. You know, I try to be the person who can do as much as possible. For whatever I'm doing, like, for instance, like where I work and when I do stuff for, like, I do as much as possible. But then you realize, like, yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's also not a great thing because you're just stretching yourself so thin. You know, and you're tired and you're this, you're that. It is stressful to do that, live that way. It really is. And it's not the most fun, you know? This isn't. But it's just something about life. I want to. Like, I don't know how many times I told someone I can do something, like, and I had no idea how to fucking do it, and I still did it. Like, I can't even tell you how many times this happened. Now, I won't admit it to that person. But, like, even if it was, free or whatever. But, like, there were things like, I mean, although I get the principles, you know what I mean? Because like I worked in construction for my dad for a long time, and you know, I'm pretty fucking handy and roll with. So, well, you know, if you ask me, do you have that tool? I actually might have it. Just depends on what the fuck it is. Really, or what it does. I might not have the exact one that you need, but I'll have something close. And I don't mean just physical tools. I mean software tools for computers and stuff and phones. I just like general like all terrain, right? You got to be kind of all terrain. Like you can't take things too seriously. But take things that you need to take seriously enough. If you take things too seriously, you're miserable, and also you're just miserable to be around. You know what I mean? Not that you're a bad person, just not happy. So people around, so people don't want to come. You know what I mean? When you're not in a good mood or happy, people don't want to be around. It's like, you don't really want to be around anyone when you're doing that. I mean, because it is a thing. And, you know, there is up and downs in life. I know people get... most depression, I think, is from diet, not exercising ever. Because I'll tell you right now, last 3 months, I haven't felt as good as I do right now. Riding the bike and stuff. And like my son said, he's like, you just smile. You actually smile. You have... content smiling after you go mountain. So, and you just didn't have it for a bit. That's all. He missed it. Even people at work said something like, "What's your deal?" I'm like, "What?" They're like, "You're like smiling and stuff." I was like, "Oh, I just haven't been riding my mountain bike." I even said that. I was like, it's like, I needed a real exercise. Because see, the mountain bike, I can do stuff that I can't, like, look, I like lifting weights, I like doing calisthenics, I like all that stuff, but here's the problem with it, right? It's boring. It's fucking boring. Like, I still do it, but it's boring. You know what's not boring? Knowing when you climb to the top of a hill, you're about to go stupid fast over terrain you probably shouldn't be going over in a mountain bike. On a mountain bike, okay? That's what's fun. That's what's great. That's what's not boring. So, and look, I'm not saying everyone's thing is gonna be mountain biking, but like, that's my thing. And it's always been my thing. I've always done sports in general, but like, I've been mountain biking on and off since I 11 or 12, like actual mountain biking, not just like riding around the road and stuff like that, and like groomed trails. No, I lived in Pennsylvania, so there was actual mountain bike trails already there. And where we lived, it was pretty not super mountainous, but mountainous, not like the West Virginia, some of the West Virginia mountain areas, but it was mountainous enough. It's not like you're going up to like Mount Everest. Crazy. But it was mountainous enough, and there's a lot of urban downhill there too. So, yeah, that's when I started doing mountain biking. And I also was doing BMX at the time when I started doing mountain biking. Because BMX, look, man, I used to love it, but here's a problem with it, right? For me, it's too, how do I say this? It's too specific, right? Like I used to be able to do cool tricks and stuff like that. I'm not saying I was the best. I could do a backflip. That's the most advanced I got. Sounds like a lot when you can't do it, but actually it's really easy. How you doing, Melvin? But like, now I couldn't do that now. Like I know I can't do a backflip. It's been years since I've done one. The last one I did, I was probably 20. Like, I had to relearn it. That was like over a decade ago. But yeah, there's some stuff I would change. Actually, you know what I would have done in the past? What did you say? I can't use the same move. Right, that one fucking thing. Whatever movie, I forget what it was. Just stupid shit. Like, I never did anything super, like, crazy. Like, as far as, like, things I would regret. There is one thing I do regret, which I should have never. I didn't mountain bike for like 7 or so years, and that was probably the worst thing I ever did. Like, it probably was the worst thing I ever did. I got fat. I was drinking a lot. Yeah. I could have been doing anything better with my time. And I was working and stuff, you know, but like my free time, it was mostly just get drunk, sit around, play video games. Yeah. It wasn't a good time. At least, you know. Probably wouldn't look as old as I do now if I didn't do all that. Keeping yourself stagnant kills you, man. Gotta stay active. I don't care if you're just, you know, you're older and you're just walking, or if you're younger and actually working out or doing a sport or whatever. Doesn't even matter. If ain't you moving, you're dying. And look, by the way, anyone who's young, look, don't think you're going to be good at a sport. Even if you have natural talent, if you've never been around a professional in any sport, like, and done this sport with them, yes, I have a 3DS. You know, like, you can't beat it. I'm not saying you shouldn't do sports, though. Like, when I say that, I'm not shitting on you. I'm not saying you'll never be a pro at anything, you know, for athletics. Because, like I said, if you're sitting still, you're dead. It does kill. That's one of the problems with video games. Look, I like video games. I've been playing them most of my life. I'll tell you right now, that is one of the big problems with video games. Problem with TVs and movies, though, too. There are people who sit around and watch TV, which is fucking insane to me. Hurt. But yeah. You want some real life advice? That's the only real life advice I'll ever give you. Be active. That's it. Not saying to hurt yourself. Not saying to pick up a sport and go hurt yourself. Not saying any of that. Be as active as you can be, without overdoing it, for your age, your fitness level. Because look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you weigh 300 some pounds and you're like 5 foot, average height, 5'10", right? It's gonna take you a while to be able to actually get a really good workout in. You're gonna be doing like, I'm gonna walk up and like around as much as I possibly can. That's about it. At that, stop drinking sugary drinks and water and shit. Only water. Only eat like portioned meals. Stuff like that. If you want to lose it quickly without, and not too fast to where you hurt yourself. Because when you lose a lot of weight, it doesn't matter how much you weigh or how much you don't weigh, or how little you weigh. It doesn't matter how much you weigh or like how high your weight may be or how low your weight. You're gonna hurt yourself. You lose a lot of weight quickly. It's bad for your organs. Bad for everything. Yeah, do it right. It's not hard. Most of it's just diet. That's all it is. Like, you either eat too much, drink too much sugar, or drink too much sugary drinks. You pick. Those are usually the two culprits. I'm not giving you advice to say anything other than try to eat healthy and stay active. Just stay active and try to eat healthy. It's not easy either sometimes, man. Eating healthy is actually really hard. If you're going to eat healthy, you got to know what you got to get. You got to get your protein. You got to get your macros, right? Your protein, your carbs, and your fats. You got to kind of try not to drink too much sugar. Try not to eat too much sugar at all. Extra, like, sweets, sugary drinks, stuff like that. Natural sugars like fruit and stuff. Still sugar, but it's not going to hurt as much as, you're still going to be losing weight. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, most people, it really is. I'll tell you right now, most people who are fat, I'll tell you right now what they're doing. They're drinking too many sugary drinks. Includes me, by the way. I'm talking about myself. And fix it if you can. It might take a long time. Might start, slow down, start, but just keep going. Yeah, you gotta realize when you're like, oh, I'm fucking up, I gotta do this. I should be doing this too. Unfortunately, life is all about responsibilities, right? It's all about responsibilities to yourself, especially, but also, when you have a kid, your kids, when you have a wife or girlfriend, friends, you have responsibilities around your friends. You have responsibilities around your parents. You have responsibilities your whole entire life. And it seems like that's what a lot of the world's missing nowadays. It sucks. Like, if there's one thing I did teach my son, and I taught myself, my dad taught me, and I taught my brother, or his dad too, that you gotta really, it's just responsibility after responsibility. Like, even if, and like, people think it's not, it's like, it shouldn't be that way. It's like, yes, it should. What are you talking about? Like, what? Like, you have a responsibility to yourself at least, right? Like, you don't have to, I guess. You could starve yourself to death and dehydrate yourself to death. That'd be stupid. But, you have needs. And you have wants. The wants aren't as important as the needs. And it's a lot easier to get the needs now. That's a positive. It seems hard, but the wants are different. But to be fair, I guess it depends on what you think a need or a want is. Because for guys especially, it should be making yourself the best you can be for every situation you're in as much as possible. Like, obviously, you're not going to be able to do everything in the world, but, like, you got to be calm. You gotta be thinking straight. You can't get emotional about it. That alone is hard. You know? Because, you know, no one cares if the girl, you know, let's say there's a shooting, right? Or, you know, let's say you're in a bad neighborhood and there's a shooting and you drop. You're not going to hear a guy crying, right? You're going to hear a girl screaming and crying. It's like, and it's okay. But if a guy did that, I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, I know it's gunfire, but you can't freak out right now. It's going to get you killed, dude. Like, and to the women, too, by the way, it's going to get you killed. Do stupid shit like, you gotta really think straight, man. And it takes a long time to get. It does. It takes a whole childhood. It takes at least until 13 to even begin to understand it. And then by the time you're out of high school, you should understand as much as possible. You just gotta be kind of just all terrain. Take anything too seriously. Just seriously enough. You know what I mean? Be around people that care about you. Forget that's how important that is. People just let dog shit people around them all the time. Look, I'm not like some sobby guy or anything. But like every time my friends do something good, I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I get excited about it. Like, you know, a new achievement in life. You know what I mean? Like, you'll never hear me say anything but like great thing about, like, I'll make fun of my friend, but like great people. You know what I mean? Like, we make fun of each other, so it's not really the same. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, Austin's a really good dude. Like, no one's perfect, but like everything that we do together, even if we're just calling each other names, we care, you know, we care enough about each other to be like happy when we do well for ourselves or other or whatever. Like when he bought a house, it's like that's another thing people don't do very good, is not get bitter or envious. Right? I see people doing that a lot, and kind of crazy. I'm not saying it never happened before, but like your friends, your family, your mom and dad, you should be celebrating their achievement. You don't have to celebrate, like, you don't have to take them out to dinner or anything, or go to dinner together or anything, or anything like that. Just be like, dude, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, celebrate a little bit. You don't have to celebrate a lot. Just say, hey, that's fucking... I'm glad for you. You should feel that for your friends and your family. Spouse, your kids. You know? It's hard not to be envious nowadays, man, with social media the way it is and stuff. Oof. How fast we get information. Just how fast we get information of anything. Now, I'm not making fun of anybody or calling anybody anything. People need to chill. You should be glad for your friend, family. Life cheap. Become the best in their field, graduate college, high school, any of that stuff. Buying a car, buying a second car, buying another car because your car got old or whatever. Things like that. Big thing. Especially when they get like a toy car, like you know, a car that they can use for a toy, a race or like a you know like a sports car or like a off-road truck or whatever. Yeah, stuff like that. Celebrate. It's important. Super important. Celebrate family. You know, they have one. You know what I mean? You don't have to be all mushy gushy or anything about it. Just be like, it's awesome. What you gotta do? If you have the time, you should go to their house and check out their new car. If you have the time, obviously. Yeah. Don't try to crunch it in. No, you're gonna want to. And it is fun, man. It is. It makes life worth living. Like, and when I found out I was having a kid, I was like, that's fucking awesome. That's what I thought. Well, and people my age, you know, I was like 22 when I found out. And, yep, in the finals. But yeah. Like my brother bought his house. Not only did I help him move, but I was like super happy for him. I mean, you chill out. I know it's a lot of work, but be happy. Enjoy it. It's the only time you'll ever have your first house. Like, yeah, it's work, but you know, you gotta move, all that shit. But like, you're hanging out with your friends, family, and you're moving, own house. Goofy ass Team Yell. But yeah, like even in the past couple of days, I've been reflecting on us. Like, what am I doing? Why is it unnecessary? No, but I will find you. Have to. He's like standing in like a weird way. He in here? He was in the plazas. Does go. Like, what you see? Yeah. Awkward. The only one. Where is he? Talk to all of them. Yeah, he's just staring at a wall. It was stupid. Yeah, with 3DS. I haven't played it in a while though. Probably should. I can't stream that. I have to be. It's good to keep some things personal. You know, as an older brother, when your brother doesn't, then you're so fucking proud. You really are. You really are. So proud of your brother. I'm sure it's that way for sisters. Your own sister. Two sisters. Brother, brother. I think it should. I would hope so. That's just... I couldn't imagine. Proud of it. Brother and sister kind of me. Imagine it. I mean, anybody in my family. My cousin rode a bike from California to Baltimore for a charity thing. I was proud of her, and I was like, wow. Actually pretty cool. Like, I knew she was doing it beforehand. What, my only question was like, what made you come with that fuck? That's it. And she, she was always into sports and like, in good shape and stuff. So it wasn't that hard for her to get paid for it, but even at my peak, I would have been like, fuck that shit. Like my peak as far as like physical fitness. I'd be like, fuck that shit. There isn't much of a crowd here. What the fuck are you on about? I knew you were gonna end up here sometime. You should have a dumb fucking spot to be in. I mean, obviously, if your siblings or family members fucked up, life event, you're not very proud of them. Not only for them, or not even for any. You should be excited about that. I was excited when my friend Dustin. Excited when my brother bought his house. I'm excited when those are just things, but those are major life events. Let's be real. If you're most dudes, dudes at least. I don't know about women, and most dudes for sure. Like, some of the life events are based around stuff. So is everybody else's. So I'm sure have their thing. But like to me, being my first actual life event. Obviously, my car, first truck, first game console I bought. That is it. Full time. Then gaining PC parts. Switch. It is because you do a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? You get connected to that. Especially for me, cars. Something. I don't get it. But me and cars, those are always huge. Like cars, whatever vehicles you. We're gonna watch the show. Scheming kids, guys. Pokemon of you. Instead of you kids that dog of yours, like in Scooby, it's you kids that Pokemon of yours. It's corny too. I love watching Pokemon shows too, like, cause they're so fucking, like, they really are. Like, a lot of the stuff in the Pokemon shows is corny. And I'm sure I say corny. Like it was, like it's deliberately corny. That's what it feels like to me. It might not be, but it feels like it is that. Especially now as an adult. I guess I'm kind of G. What the fuck do I know? I'm definitely jaded. Been through too much to not be. I think everybody's a little bit jaded. I think that they're jaded that they just seriously. It's stressful, man. Why do you want to be that stressed out all the time? Indigo League, yeah, the Indigo League. That's corny too. There's some corny fucking episodes, man. I just can't tell if it is like kind of a joke, but you know, but it's a good message for to hear. You know what I mean? I can't tell if it's written in a way to where adults think it's a joke, like corny joke, but kids don't. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I can't figure it. Maybe it's not. Maybe it just is IMG. Yeah. I'm just too jaded. That's why I just don't care about like certain moral events. Like I don't give a shit about a lot of stuff that I probably should care about, but problem is like I can't even take people seriously. Like a lot of people seriously about anything. It's one of two things: either pie in the sky kind of look, or it's they don't do shit look. You know what I mean? Like, maybe my expectations are a little too for everything, but maybe not. Maybe it's because I expect better out of myself. So I expect it better. You know what I mean? No, I think it's just like, you know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not trying to be mean to people. I will say this though, it seems like I'm way too nice to people who don't deserve it, and I'm way too mean to people that don't. Like I could probably be nicer. We've always talked like that. I don't know if the I don't know if change always good. Sometimes it's right where it is. And there's certain things I do take seriously. A lot of things, probably. The one thing about being a first child, like you're supposed to set an example, but it's kind of hard to set an example out of your control. Something you can't do. It's really hard. And I probably wasn't the best. Oh, wait. I tried. Was trying to be sure. Like I said, there's stupid things that I went back. That's one of them. I probably could have been a better example. Probably was when we were littler, smaller. You know what I mean? Like, when he was smaller, we didn't really fight. Most of the time, it was just wanting to either play games with a person, or they wouldn't let us because they play our game, or like stupid stuff like playing around, one of you hurt the other one, the other one never reacted. Stupid stuff like that. You know what I mean? Off house stuff gets out of control. It'll be me. But I wouldn't call them regrets, though. It was a bit more learning moments for myself. I had a lot of growing up to do really quickly. There was no way I was gonna. It was about making money, you know, cut them off. I was like, so. Granted, I wanted to. Though they would have forced me to get a job at 14 if I didn't have a job. Luckily, my dad got lucky. Really, when I got lucky. Time. He doesn't. He owns his own company. More of his like, oh, I go do like a job thing because he's like pseudo retired. He had a fight with cancer. He won. Did kick his ass. I'm sure he thinks the same thing. Probably thinks I could have been a better example. Hey, right now, he took that cancer stuff in the head. He did not fucking. I mean, it made him upset. Not fucking her away and die. Would. He's already had a hard life before. So. Grew up poor. House burnt down when he was 16. So he left. Never went back. Out of high school. Got his GED. While working. Started his own company. So he's crazy. But yeah, I'm sure my dad's thought about that. I mean, sometimes I think I need to set a better example for around my son. Or sometimes I get a little too loose. Start acting a little bit too like friend. I need to tighten that up. Although he knows. He knows. Fuck around. There are times I catch myself like I shouldn't doing it. Nothing like crazy. I mean, it's not like I'm, you know, doing anything weird. Just like when you think about it, it's like maybe I should actually be a little bit more stern. But then, like, I can't complain. My kid's a good kid. Like, I have no issues whatsoever. Does great in school. He mountain bikes. He doesn't play sports like I did, but he at least mountain. Plays video games. As long as he goes outside, I'm pretty happy. Not because he's outside and away from me. You know, I need him to be outside with his friends, social, being normal. To me, I feel like a lot of kids didn't have a normal. I feel like most of them just stayed inside and did whatever. I'm in no way perfect. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not judging other people or anything. But I feel like some people just didn't have any motive or parents didn't try to instill that in them. That's what it feels like. It feels like their parents just didn't instill anything. You know what I mean? To me, anyways. That's just to me. But sometimes when I see people, it's just like they know not to break the law, and that's moral. They don't. They don't really think before, like, about what they're doing. They just kind of doing it. They don't reflect on it. You learn that in sports a lot. Like, you gotta be like, how did that not work? You know what I mean? That's how I got started. Why did that not work? You gotta figure it out. It's just problem solving. Good job, Cinder. They did not. To be fair, it is a bulky Pokemon. Yeah, there's things I wish I could change about life. I'm just glad to be helping. Working and raising myself. I'm very happy with that. Might not sound. I'll keep the carrot one for now. Yes. But Cinderace is a kick for a headbutt. That's interesting. Arbador. I think this is our last Pokemon. Right. Good against Arbador. He's poison. I don't remember. I just don't. I don't know if I do or don't. Big trash guy. We got big boat and toys and buildings. Polka dolls. As much damage as I thought it was going to. We should go back and forth with weather changes. Is it any better? A little bit. You know you can get weak armor. Oh. Crazy to me. Got it off that. You gonna live, Gary? Oh yeah, you're gonna. You said. Explosion. Perfect. Hit. Alright, because no, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Because we did the first round of the tournament. Now we're going too far into the story, and it's gonna get longer and longer as I go along. I'm gonna wait after the push into it. Not too far. Alright. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink. Yeah, we'll finish this right back. Sorry about that. I hit the button when I was grabbing the controller. Which that isn't good, right? Well, you guys saw it before I came back. Left. What a psycho, man. Change the course of history. Oh, the lady. Believer. Remember the stadium? Came here yesterday. All Alright, we'll cancel it here. Go inside. Indecisively. Don't you? Yeah. Have a good night. I'm gonna get this Pokeball and talk to people and then head off. Already get the Pokeball? I already talked to you. Okay. So I'm gonna save and get off. Have a good night, Ray. I'm jumping off myself. It's getting too late. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night and can't wait to see you next time. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Expect late streams from now on. And shorter ones, summer. And I'll try to do a Saturday and Sunday one. I'll definitely do a set. Well, maybe. I'll see the weather, but yeah. Kind of want to do Saturday and Sunday, but I also kind of have a workout to do, then mountain biking, reshoot some videos. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll do both because I haven't been around here recently. I got scout out the trails and the rest of the year. But yeah, have a good night. See y'all later.